Dear children, welcome back once again to the second part of the poem we have discussed in the last part 1 session. The poem Any Woman, written by the famous Irish poet. Forgot the name? No, yes. Catherine Tynan. In the first part, we have discussed a few stanzas where we are talking about the different roles performed by a woman or a mother in a family. A woman or a mother is a great source of support, light, love, warmth, and shelter for the members in a family. The mother's heart and soul sacrifices a lot for the welfare of her family, especially her children. At the same time, she doesn't think a bit about her own happiness. She silently suppresses her own emotions, her likes and dislikes for the sake of the family. We cannot but think of, with a little bit pain, and in fact, our heart aches to think of the mother being a candle, melting herself all the while to give light and heat to the family. How hard she suffers and works to bring happiness and smiles on the faces of the members of the family. Hope you have gone through a touching short story written by the Malayalam writer Kamala Das. The title of the short story is Kovaladu. Just go through that story to understand the sacrifices done by a mother and how it affects, plus the attitude of the members of the family, especially her children, towards her sufferings. It's really touching. Let's move over to the remaining 2 stanzas of Any Woman. First, stanza number 4. It goes like this. I am the house from floor to roof. I deck the walls, the board I spread. I spin the curtains, warp and woof, and shake the down to be their bed. There are a few words which needs explanation. Warp and woof, the first expression. It's exactly an idiom. If you look into the text, the explanation is given in the glossary. Warp and woof is an idiom used in the context of weaving clothes. In weaving clothes, mats, etc., the thread runs lengthwise, which is called warp, and which runs crosswise is called woof. You can look at the picture and understand what is warp and what is woof. Okay, the warp and woof spun together results in the creation of a fabric. And here The mother again uses this metaphor to talk about how a mother, every part of her heart, soul and body are used to make up a home. The line, next line, you see, I deck the wall. So what does that mean? Deck the wall? Deck here means decorate. Okay. So to make the rooms beautiful, mother decorates or adorns the wall, or mother herself is the wall which is decorated. So I deck the wall means I decorate the walls of the rooms to make them beautiful, or I am the decorated wall of the room. Another expression in that stanza is the board I spread. The board here can be understood differently. Board, you know, is thin sheets of wood which are used to make the floors and even the walls of a house, especially in former days in the cold countries, right? So I board, meaning I am actually the boards by which the walls and the floors of a house is made. That's one explanation. Another explanation, I think, is board can refer to cupboards. Okay, I am the cupboard which are built along the walls to arrange everything in a very systematic, orderly fashion. Okay, so a third explanation for the word board is a dining table. Okay, a board which is a dining table for laying food for the mother and the children. Okay, they come together at the table, at the dining board, sharing the warmth and love and togetherness of a family. Okay, here we know that it is a mother who prepares the food, who serves the food with love and warmth. Everybody in the family, every member, every child in the family come together at the dining table, have food together, sharing the happiness, the joy and the warmth of sharing. In the third line, we have an expression, I spin the curtains. Spinning, you know. Okay, spinning, weaving, spinning. Before weaving, the twines are spun together. Cotton. They are spun together to make the twines. Right? I spin the curtains would mean the mother spins the curtains. What for? The curtains perform two important functions. Number one, they beautify the look of the room. They add beauty to the room. Secondly, the curtains ensure privacy. Right? So, you may take this expression, I spin the curtains, means mother spins curtains to beautify the wall and also to ensure privacy. As you know, privacy is very, very important. A home is the abode of the source of privacy. That's why we love a home. There could be other reasons for loving a home. One thing is, it is where your privacy is safe. I am the house from floor to roof. The mother says, I am the house. Why should you talk about each and every part of the house? Why should you talk about just the pillars, just the keystone, just any part of the house? I am the house from floor to roof, every part. The whole house is made up of me. The walls are me. The decorated walls are me. The boards with which the floors and the walls are decorated or made of are me. Or I arrange the dining table for sharing the happiness, warmth and love in a family. And the curtains, every part of it. Okay, it's lengthwise or crosswise, twines, everything is me. It is made up of me. Then in the last line of the stanza, you see, shake the down. I shake the down to be their bed. Okay. Shake the down is an image. A mother bird makes a nest, for its fledglings, its young ones. She shakes down her own feathers to make a comfortable bed for the young birds. Remember the sacrifice. The mother's hair, they fall. Her health, it goes down. Her sweat goes down. Even her teeth goes down. Okay. Everything is sacrificed for making the members of the family happy. Right? Comfortable. Just like a bird makes a bed using the bird's own feathers. So that's what you get from the image, shake the down. Okay. Let's move over to stanza number 5. I am the wall against all danger, the door against the wind and snow. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger, take me not till the children grow. Okay, really touching. The final stanza. I am the wall against all danger. What is the role of what is the function of a wall? Definitely. A wall ensures protection, safety from all dangers. So mother acts as a wall against all dangers. Right? Oh, how can the role of a mother in safeguarding her children be better explained? Now let's go to the final stanza. I am the wall against all danger, the door against the wind and snow. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger, take me not till the children grow. Right? Here, the poet goes on to talk about herself. metaphorically. She says that she's the wall against all danger. The wall is wall of protection against wind and snow. So that needs explanation. Wind and snow. She's considering the extreme weather in England and in other European countries. So wind and snow, snowfall, wind, etc. Especially during the season of autumn. There is an irresistible nuisance, trouble, challenge exactly for the Europeans. So let's take wind and snow as external dangers. Wind and snow, thus, a symbolic of maybe natural calamities, or we can take it as the challenges and threats we have to face in life. Then what is the function of a door? Okay, we have the wall as a means of protection. Then why should there be a wall? Sorry, why should there be a door? What is the function of a door exactly? A door can be kept open to admit people and things from outside. It can also be kept closed when you don't want anybody or anything from outside to come in. So, threats, challenges, troubles, problems in life, sometimes when they become extreme, unbearable, so hard, mother acts as the door. She closes the door so that the children, the members of the family, need not have to worry about them. And sometimes she keeps the door open so that to some extent the threats, the challenges come in, which means the children needs exposure to problems, challenges in life. Then only they will become strong enough to face life. Okay, the troubles, the problems, the challenges, the threats of life, they need to face to some extent. Only by facing continuously, their personality, their mind will become strong. And mother knows how much the children should be exposed, when the door need to be opened, and when she should shut it close, so that when it becomes extreme, they need not have to face such challenges. Next, the final two lines is an exhortation, a prayer to the Lord. Here the Lord is Jesus Christ, because she is a Christian by faith. It's a prayer of a mother, not just a single mother. It is a prayer of every mothers. What is that prayer? Let us see. Okay, I told you that she is praying, exhorting, appealing to the Lord. The Lord here is Jesus Christ. How do you know that it is Jesus Christ? Okay, there are two expressions from which we come to such a conclusion. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger. Thou is an archaic word, an old word which was used in English, especially Middle English and Old English, but now no longer used only in poetry. Thou, that word means, thou means you. Oh Lord, you. It's like that. You are a person, such a person whom a woman laid you in a manger. Okay. You were delivered by a woman, or a woman gave birth to you. Where? Where was Jesus Christ born? Remember, she was born in a stable, a manger. Manger here, the word manger means a trough, a large pot for holding fodder, etc. for the cattle and other domesticated animals. You were born in a manger. So from that we know that it is Jesus Christ. A woman gave birth to you. So you know, you must have experienced, you must have witnessed the sufferings of a woman right from the beginning. You know who was the mother of Jesus Christ, by the way? Yes. It was Virgin Mary. Virgin Mary. Right? Saint Mary, or you may say Saint Mary. She had to suffer a lot in her life. Especially, she had to witness the sufferings of Jesus Christ. And she stood by him always to console, to comfort him from every kind of sufferings. Okay, you must have seen a picture of Virgin Mary, Saint Mary, carrying the crucified Jesus Christ in her lap. Sadly. Okay, you know the sufferings, the pains of a mother. Take me not. So what is the prayer? Take me not. Which means, don't let me die. Don't take my life till my children grow. Oh, what an example of selfless, extreme sacrifice by a mother. Who can think of such sacrifices other than a mother? Okay, the mother's whole life is committed for the welfare, the happiness of her children. Even her prayers, the final prayer we see, is for her children. She wants to live on a little longer, not for enjoying life, not for any worldly aims, but just to see her children growing up. They grow the wings. They are able to, until they are able to fly high into the skies, into opportunities. Right? So till then, she doesn't want to die. So, oh Lord, don't take my life till my children grow. So that's the poem. How about you? Do you try to understand, or have you ever tried to understand how much your mother have suffered, how much pain, how much sacrifices she has undergone to raise you up. Okay, shouldn't we think about it? Okay, if so, have you ever tried to help her in her everyday works at home? Have you ever tried to support her whenever she is a little weak, whenever she is emotionally disturbed, whenever she is suffering from some problems? At least whenever she is a bit sick or not well? Okay, shouldn't we do that? In short, have we ever tried to reciprocate or give back a little of the love and care a mother has given us, given you? Think about it. Or are you unfortunately like the teenager in Kamala Das's poem Middle Age? Have you ever gone through that poem? In Middle Age, Madhavikutty or Kamala Das speaks about a teenager who becomes arrogant, who totally neglects her mother when she grows a little old. Okay, it makes us really sad. Just go through the poem. You will see how unacceptable, totally unacceptable, the attitude of that teenager to his mother. Middle age. Middle age is when your children are no longer friends but critics, stern of face and severe with their tongue. It is a time when, like pupae, they burst their cocoons and emerge in harsh adult glory. And they no longer need you except for serving tea and for pressing clothes. But you need them all the same, and badly too, so that when left alone, you touch their books and things and weep a little secretly. Middle age is when your son, to whom you sent once upon a time the squirrel's invitation to their jungle feast, writing in golden ink and posting it at night, turns round in disgust, crying, "You have lived in a dream world all your life. It's time to wake up. Mother, you're no longer so young, you know." I am the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch am I. Take me away, and roof and wall would fall to ruin me utterly. I am the fire upon the hearth, I am the light of the good sun. I am the heat that warms the earth, which else were colder than a stone. At me the children warm their hands, I am the light of love alive. Without me cold the hearthstone stands, nor could the precious children thrive. I am the trees that hold together the children in a sacred ring. The knot of love from whose close tether no lost child goes a-wandering. I am the house from floor to roof, I deck the walls, the board I spread, I spin the curtains, warp and woof, and shake the dawn to be their bed. Now let's move over to the assignments segment. Okay, assignment number 1 is find out the different poetic devices used by Catherine Tynan to make the poem really, really beautiful. I think almost the same assignment was given to you in the first part of Any Woman. Okay, if you haven't written it, please write down at least a paragraph based on the poetic devices used by Catherine Tynan to make her poem beautiful. So which are the most important poetic devices you remember? Yes, number 1 is metaphor. Okay, metaphor is a way of stating that one thing is the other. It's not like simile where you say one thing is like other. So the best example, there are numerous examples in this poem. I am the pillars of the house. Mother says that she is the pillars of the house. Her role to a family is support and safety, just like a pillar. Okay, here the poet compares common qualities, common features, common functions in a mother and a pillar. Right? I am the twist that holds children in its sacred ring. So, numerous examples. Another poetic device is image. What is an image? Yes, image means word pictures. Poets used to draw pictures to make poem beautiful with the help of words. While reading such images, the same kind of images, pictures come to your mind. And even if you forget some of the poems, the images remain. So such is the power of images. Which are some of the images in this poem? Okay, you know, I am the light of the good sun. Light of the good sun, burning. Okay. The sun, a blazing sun, giving heat and light to the world, is an image. Okay. I am the keystone of the arch. So that picture of the keystone in that arch comes to your mind. Okay. So there are so many such images here. Another images warp and woof. So that picture of a fabric or a mat, its twines running lengthwise and crosswise come to your mind. So many images are there. Another example is symbol. Poetic device, symbol. So what is a symbol? A symbol is a thing that stands for something else. A thing that stands for something else. It doesn't mean itself. For example, a blood-stained knife. So, the picture of a blood-stained knife. You are reminded of something else. You are not thinking about the knife or the blood, but you are thinking about, yes, murder. A beautiful rose. You don't simply remember about the rose alone. You remember about love. Okay, such things. So here, these are symbols. The poet uses sun as a symbol here, comparing the sun with the role performed by a mother in a family. Then the wall. Okay, I am their wall against all danger. You know, wall of protection, a strong wall of protection. So these words are used symbolically. Then remember what we talked about, the rhyme scheme. Except for the first stanza, the remaining stanzas, 5 stanzas, follow a rhyme scheme of A B A B, B C B C, C D C D, etc. So you mention all this while preparing a paragraph about the poetic devices used in the poem. Assignment number 2. Prepare an appreciation of the poem. Okay, what are the important elements you bring in to prepare an appreciation? In the first part, you talk about, yes, the title of the poem. You say what kind of a poem is it. It's a touching poem. Then you talk about the writer, Irish poet Catherine Tynan, etc., etc. Then in the same paragraph you say something about the theme, or what is the poem about. And for that matter, you know what the poem is all about. The roles, the sacrifices, the selfless love of a mother for her family. In the next paragraph, you talk about the different aspects of the poem, especially the roles performed by a mother in a family, as Catherine Tynan explains. In the next paragraph, you talk about the poetic devices. We have just discussed them. And in the final stanza or paragraph, you say how you felt about this poem, how it affected you. Okay. If it is a touching poem, how you felt about. After reading this poem, are you reminded of your mother's sacrifices? Are you now prompted to see your mother in a different light? Okay. So your personal comments, that's the final part of an appreciation. And again, if you want to compare this poem with any similar poems, you can do so. That's also part of an appreciation. Okay, again you can quote a few lines, connecting these lines, their ideas, with the overall ideas or points you want to bring into the essay, right? So these are the 2 important works. Then finally, one other thing I would like to give you as an assignment, to try to sing the poem better than what I have done. Of course, if you are familiar with some musical instrument, you use some musical instrument, you or someone of your family members, try to sing with the accompaniment of some musical instrument. Give some background music and try to see how beautifully you can sing it. Okay, that's for the day. Thank you. Bye-bye.